has Unit 5, Part 3 notes, featuring Mr. Stanton and yours truly. Try to guess.
In Unit 5, Part 3, we are talking about scientific notation. Now, obviously, you probably covered this in science class before, so hopefully it's a review. If you haven't covered it yet this year, you will be in the future. So again, this part is what's taken straight out of the book. So it says using scientific notation. It says a number is written in scientific notation if it has the form. I can't even read that. If it has the form c times 10 to the n power, where 1 is less than or equal to c, is less than 10, and n is an integer. All right, so let's just review. Okay, first off, looking at this example, it says 7.25 times 10 to the 5th. Okay, a couple things. This number out front has to be 1 or greater, so it can't be anything less than 1, and it has to be smaller than 10. So it's got to be 1 to 9 point something. Okay, and then this number here has to be an integer. It's positive or negative, but it's got to be an integer. So let's look at some examples. It says to write the number in scientific notation. All right, so I'll do 2 examples, then have you guys go. So first thing I'll do is rewrite this just to give myself some more room. And now I need to think about where the decimal is right now. If I have a whole number, my decimal is technically right here. Guys, carry this walk in. So I need to put my decimal point at the end, and then I need to move it so that I only have one number left of the decimal. So I'm going to move my decimal 1, 2, 3 places so that I have 1.8 as the first part. Again, that number is greater than 1, but less than 10. Then I need to put times 10, and since I moved it 3 places to the left, I'll put a positive 3 right there. Okay, again, if I move to the left, I have a positive x1. Now, looking at number 2, I'm going to rewrite it again just to give myself some more room. Here you can see the decimal between the 2 zeros. I need to move it so that I have 1 digit to the left of it. So I'm going to go 2 places to the right. So I'm going to have 2.4 times 10. Since I move to the right, my exponent is going to be negative, so I have negative 2. Alright, you guys go ahead and do 3 and 4 there. On the next section, they give you the numbers in scientific notation. You need to turn them into standard form. So for the first one, we have 3.1 times 10 to the third. So I'm going to write out 3.1. I have 10 to the positive third, which means I'm going to move to the right now as I switch it out. I'm going to take my decimal and go 1, 2, 3 places to the right. I fill in the empty spots with 0. So I'll wind up with 3,100. If you look at number 2, I have 5.2 times 10 to the negative 6, so I'm going to write out 5.2. That's a negative exponent. I'm going to move 6 places to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fill in all of those with 0. So I'm going to wind up with decimal and then 5 zeros and then 52. So when I'm switching it from scientific to standard, if I have a positive exponent, I go to the right. If I have a negative exponent, I go to the left. All right, if you flip over to the back side, at the top it says ordering numbers using scientific notation. So the directions say order the numbers from least to greatest, but if you notice, some are in standard form and some are in scientific notation. So we need to put them all in the same form first before we put them in order from least to greatest. So I'm going to put all these in standard form. So 3200 is already in standard form. For 3.3 times 10 to the third, I'm going to take my decimal and move it 1, 2, 3 places to the right. So I'll wind up with 3,300. And then for 7.2 times 10 to the second, I'm going to take my decimal and move it 2 places to the right. So I'll wind up with 720. So I need to put them in order from least to greatest. So my smallest number is going to be 720, then 3,200, then 3,003. When you actually write them out, you need to put them back in the form they came in. So 720, I need to write as 7.2 times 10 to the second. Then 3,200 was already written as 3,200. 3,300 was written as 3 times 10 to the third. And then I'm done there. Number 2, I will leave up to you guys. So for the next sections on the notes, we're going to look at different operations to do with scientific notation. So we have multiplying, dividing, and then adding and subtracting. So first up is multiplication. When we're going to multiply numbers that are in scientific notation, we're going to start by multiplying the numbers that are out in front. So 5 times 4 I'm going to multiply together, and then multiply 10 to the second times 10, which is technically to the first. So 5 times 4 is 20. 10 to the second times 10 to the first gives me 10 to the third. So I'm just adding those exponents together. Now it says to write my answer in scientific notation. So that means I have to recognize that my decimal is right here. And I need to move it one place to the left. So that I only have one digit to the left of it. So that's going to give me 2.0 times 10. So I went to the left. That's going to make my exponent go up. So 10 to the 4th. Alright, I'll leave number 2 for you guys to try and make sure you check it with the answer sheet. For the next section, we're doing dividing using scientific notation. I'll let you guys do the first one. I'll do the second one. So I'm going to divide the numbers I have out in front first. So 3.95 divided by 5. And then I'm going to divide 10 to the negative third over 10 to the negative first. 3.95 divided by 5 is going to be 0.79. And then I'll do 10 to the negative third minus negative 1. That's just a rule from earlier in the unit. When I divide exponents, or sorry, when I divide numbers that have exponents, I actually subtract the exponents. So I'll get 0.79 times 10 to the negative second, because minus negative 1 becomes plus positive 1. I need to switch this into scientific notation, so the decimal needs to move from here to in between those two. So I'll have 7.9 times 10. And then since I'm moving to the right, my exponent goes down, so it'll go down to negative 3. So now it'll be my final. Alright, you guys go ahead and do number 1 in that section. And the last section is adding and subtracting numbers in scientific notation. To do this, you have to have numbers with a common exponent, just like you would do with regular addition. So here's number 1. We have the first one's 10 to the negative 16. And the second one is 10 to the negative 7. So I'm going to rewrite the first one as it is. So 5.36 times 10 to the negative 16. The second one I'm going to switch to 0.442. And the reason why I'm moving that decimal one to the left is because I want to raise my exponent up to get it to negative 6. Okay, because I want them to have the same exponent. Once I've done that, I can actually add 5.36 and 0.442 together, and that'll give me 5.802, and then it's times 10 to the negative 16. This is in scientific notation because I have one number to the left, so I'm good there. You guys try number 2. Same thing, you have to have the same exponent, you're just subtracting now instead of